Chelsea versus Manchester City in the Community Shield. FA Cup winner versus Premier League champion. Sarri versus Guardiola. One going into his third week in charge and the other one going into his third season in charge. But there is no Hazard and there is also no De Bruyne. Manchester City are certainly the favourites, but could Chelsea actually cause an upset and impress/surprise everyone? To find out everything about the game, pre-match comments made by both Sarri and Guardiola, plus much more than that, make sure you watch all of today's match preview. Hello there guys and welcome back to 100% Chelsea for the first match preview of the new season, of the 2018-19 season. Of course, realistically it's only a friendly, but this is the first preview of the season as it is the Community Shield between Chelsea and Manchester City. Of course, we are covering all the pre-season games. We will also cover the Lyon game on Tuesday, I think it is. And then of course the Premier League games, Europa League games throughout the season, all the cup games. And you don't want to miss out on that. So do make sure you subscribe to 100% Chelsea if you haven't already. And also make sure you click the notification bell button and choose to be notified about all uploads. Let's also set ourselves a like target. Let's see whether we can hit 800 or more likes on this video. That would be absolutely amazing. You smashed the like target on the last video, so let's see whether we can hit 800 likes on this video. Would be absolutely amazing. Like I said, smash the like button down below. We would massively appreciate it. But now getting into the game and starting it off by speaking about our opposition, Manchester City. And basically to start it off with, I'm a little bit confused. So as you know, all of the Chelsea players that made the World Cup final or the small final, except Loftus-Cheek who came back early, will only report back to training this weekend or on Monday. So obviously won't feature in Community Shield. And those players, include Eden Hazard, Michy Batshuayi, Thibaut Courtois, N'Golo Kante, Olivier Giroud and Gary Cahill. Now I get that Manchester City didn't make the FA Cup final, so their season ended a week earlier than ours did. And it is said that that's why Loftus-Cheek returned earlier than, for example, Cahill did, because Ruben Loftus-Cheek with Crystal Palace obviously didn't make the cup final either. I mean, fair enough, from that logic, maybe that's why they're getting a week longer of a holiday after the World Cup. But what about Batshuayi? I mean, he was injured before the World Cup and just about got fit in time. And he left Dortmund back in April, which is when he got injured, to undergo treatment at Cobham. So he didn't really play. Of course you have physical training and rehab when you're injured, but it's not like training and playing 2 or 3 times a week. I'm not sure when or if he went on a holiday before the World Cup, but he certainly wasn't involved in a cup final, like I said. So why isn't he back in training? I don't get it. Because at Man City, the players that did make the final or the small final at the World Cup are back in training already. They've been in training already for a week. That includes Fabian Delph, Stones, Walker, and also Benjamin Mendy, obviously the French player. Only Kevin De Bruyne and Raheem Sterling haven't returned just yet. City have basically had a full team in training since before Willian, who was knocked out in a quarter-final already, even came back. I mean, not everyone just turns up 5 days late, because of some strange passport reason like Willian did. But it's annoying because, Manchester City, as I will touch upon later on as well, they are going into their third season under Guardiola. Sarri hasn't even had 3 weeks yet. Do you know what I mean? He needs the most time possible with the players. Of course, they need their rest. I mean, I don't know. It's all a bit strange to me because, our squad is already worse as it is. And now we have some of our best players not available. And they do, except De Bruyne, fair enough. And Guardiola in his press conference also spoke about Riyad Mahrez, who did pick up an injury in a preseason game, but has been back in training for a few days now and is fit to play. Not sure whether he'll start, but he will be involved. And Guardiola also confirmed what I just said earlier, that Kevin De Bruyne and Sterling aren't available. Pep also said that the 3-5-2 formation, which they've used quite a bit in pre-season, is very likely to be used by them throughout the season at some stages as well. And it will be interesting to see whether they're going to use it on Sunday as well. Because otherwise, City are very difficult to predict, as Guardiola uses a few formations and a few different variations of them quite often as well. You see a 4-1-4-1, and then you see a 4-3-3, and then you see a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-5-1 But Guardiola just has so many variations of that. Just because it says that on the team sheet, the way that players move, it's not just that easy to just put it down into one formation kind of thing. Like ourselves, Manchester City have played 3 pre-season games so far, losing 2 of them, both in 90 minutes, a 1-0 defeat to Dortmund and a Mario Götze penalty, 2-1 to Liverpool as Leroy Sané put them ahead, but Salah and Mane won the game for Liverpool. But City did win their most recent game, which was last Sunday, so a much longer gap between the last game and the upcoming Community Shield that we had, as they beat Bayern Munich 3-2. City being 2-0 down already before Bernardo Silva with 2 goals. And Lucas Mecha, I'm not quite sure on his name, to be honest, I've never heard of him before, I read up on that game basically, turned it around for Manchester City. City are a great team. They broke almost every record there was in the Premier League and in England last season, winning the league by a country mile, and it is going to be tough, but don't write us off just yet. And now let's get into Maurizio Sarri's first pre-match press conference as Chelsea manager. And first, Sarri commented on Pedro signing a new one-year deal at Chelsea, which was confirmed this morning. And Sarri said he's very happy about it, as Pedro is very important for us. He's a very technical player who is useful for me, he said, and Pedro is the top player and it's important to keep our top players. As Lewis spoke about yesterday already, Sarri admitted to not being happy about Willian turning up for training multiple days late after the Arsenal game on Wednesday. Sarri was then also asked about Willian today, and Sarri said that he spoke to him yesterday about being late, not about his future. And in his opinion, it was a very positive conversation and he's very happy about it. In his opinion, there is no Willian problem. And he also said that he's very confident that Willian will stay at Chelsea. So with that in mind, when I saw the Pedro news in the morning, I was like, what are we doing? Are we actually selling Willian and keeping Pedro? Like, I wanted Pedro to go and Willian to stay. Of course, Pedro has done quite well in pre-season. Not in every game and at all times, but done quite well. But now it just seems like we're keeping both. And we're not going to sign any right wingers, no Pulisic, no Bailey. Probably no Martial either, because I don't think that's anywhere near realistic if Willian doesn't go the other way. I mean, we'll just have to deal with it. Of course, Sarri clearly likes Pedro. Sarri will have to see how much he likes Willian and who he prefers on that side. But, it will be interesting to see. Of course, I think that Sarri can get more out of both Pedro and Willian and Conte got out of them. But, we'll just have to wait and see. I'm not all too sure about it. Obviously, there have also been the reports about Wilfried Zaha from Crystal Palace possibly joining us since last night. I don't believe that we've made a bid, as has been said by a few other outlets. We might very well be interested because he can play on the wing, but he also can play up top, even if I only see that happening if we were to sell Alvaro Morata. And there has been a change in that situation literally just seconds before I started recording this video as well, as Alvaro Morata has officially changed his number from the number 9 to the number 29 for the upcoming season. With the reason being his twins, just recently being born on July 29th and, him wanting to honour that or something. Basically, hopefully we'll end the curse because we all know that the number 9 at Chelsea has been cursed for quite a while now. So maybe by wearing a different number, things will go better. So I'm just hoping for that. But, it happened to his wish, according to the website anyway. He said that he wanted that. And so I don't think it's because we're signing someone that's going to take the number 9 instead. And also, he wouldn't change the number if he was about to leave anyway. So, I'm pretty sure he's going to stay now. So, I don't think we're going to sign any more attacking players. But, I could be wrong. Sarri then also spoke about Thibaut Courtois. And the journalist asked him, we hear Courtois is definitely leaving. Then we hear Courtois might be staying. What should we believe? That was the journalist's question. And Sarri said, I don't know. At the moment, Courtois is the goalkeeper of the club. I don't know in the future. It depends on the club, but it depends especially on the player, I think. But I hope Courtois will be our goalkeeper next season. So, he's definitely not anywhere near as sure about Courtois staying as he is about Willian staying. So, it is still very likely for Courtois to leave, probably depending on the club finding a replacement. I think that has more to do with it than Courtois wanted to move to Madrid, because I'm pretty sure he does. But obviously, we'll just have to wait and see. The boss also said that he is very much looking forward to playing at Wembley, as it is his first time there, but he admitted that the match will be very difficult for us, but also made it clear that he wants to win because it's very important to win a trophy immediately at the start of his reign and at the start of the season, and that he hopes to see another step forward by his team, who have obviously been constantly improving throughout pre-season. On the team's fitness, and says Fabregas' minor injury problem that he picked up versus Arsenal, Sarri said that Fabregas' injury isn't serious, but he isn't sure whether he'll be able to play on Sunday. On the team, Sarri admitted that the players aren't at the top level of fitness yet. They are a bit tired, a lot of training, a lot of travelling, and a lot of matches as well. We aren't at the top level yet, but we have to try to have a good performance and a good result, Sarri said. Asked whether any of the players that have returned and have just returned, which I actually think is only Willian, and I suppose you could include Ruben Loftus-Cheek in that, as Hazard, Kanté, Giroud, Batshuayi, Cahill and also Courtois haven't returned yet, like I said already, might be used on Sunday, maybe on the bench. Sarri said that he wants to see the last 2 training sessions remaining before the game, and maybe the starting 11 will be very similar to the lineup against Arsenal on Wednesday, but maybe something different can happen, he doesn't know yet. And the last question of the press conference was about Ruben Loftus-Cheek and David Luiz. On Luiz, Sarri said that he's very happy with his attitude and he thinks Luiz will be very important for the team and also for Sarri himself. On Loftus-Cheek, he said that he's only seen him for 3 or 4 training sessions, so he wants to wait with making a final judgment. To be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of his comments about Ruben Loftus-Cheek, as I really hope he will stay with us this season and actually get a lot of game time, as you should know if you've been watching the videos. But generally, I like the way Sarri handled the press, gave every answer in English, but had a translator next to him, helping him out when maybe he didn't fully understand the question, making sure he gives the correct answers to the respective questions. So I think that's a good approach. And also, he was very honest about Willian, about Courtois, etc. So I really liked it. But now speaking about Chelsea, our approach, what I think is going to happen, and also the lineup I think we're going to go with. We're going to try to play Sarri ball, and this is certainly one of the best, but also toughest tests we could face to see where we are and how good we are. We are going to go with a 4-3-3 formation. And I don't think there's going to be many changes compared to the game against Arsenal Wednesday, actually. Because I think it will be Willy Caballero in goal, the fullbacks being Cesar Azpilicueta and Marcos Alonso, two centre-backs of David Luiz and Antonio Rudiger, midfield three of Jorginho, and if Fabregas isn't fit in time, it's probably going to be Danny Drinkwater as on the right side of that centre midfield three, then Ross Barkley, where he's played all of pre-season basically, Hudson-Odoi and Pedro on the two wings, and Alvaro Morata starting up front. It would very much surprise me if Willian started. I think he's going to end up being on the bench. Like, it would very much surprise me if Willian, after basically 2-3 days of training, would already start. Same goes for Ruben Loftus-Cheek, really. And I also very much doubt that Tammy Abraham will start. You know, that would surprise me if Sarri did that. And even though I'd quite like to see it, I don't think Sarri will start Bulka over Caballero. I mean, I'd rather see Emerson than Alonso, but Sarri sees that differently, I think, so I think that's why I'm expecting Alonso to start. But I reckon that without N'Golo Kante, we will have some troubles with City's way of playing in midfield, getting back in time when we do lose the ball somewhere in midfield, because while Sarri likes to press his oppositions as well, Man City do that as well, and Guardiola does that as well. So, and when we do lose the ball in tricky positions, I think without Kante is where we're going to struggle the most compared to when we do have him. And even though Sarri's teams love to be on the ball, our squad isn't just used to that yet. We need a bit more time to be used to having 60, 70, sometimes even 80% of the ball in a game. Because, you know, most of our squad is used to playing under Conte, or some of them even under Mourinho. And City have been working with Guardiola for a while, so I expect City to have more of the ball and be on top of, you know, in the game overall. Now, judging from our pre-season games, I think that we could be the better team for the first 30 to 40 minutes. And if we want to win, we need to be clinical in that first period of the game, because I'm confident that we'll create at least 2 or 3 big chances in the first half. And if we do, we need to take them. But realistically speaking, with us having played on Wednesday, while City's last game was a full week ago, we'll fade out and get more tired than City as the game goes on, as we've done the exact same thing of fading out and getting worse as the game went on in all of the pre-season games as well. And once that happens, once we do get more tired than they are, we have to be good with our passing. Like, it's so important that we don't start making silly mistakes. It's crucial, because that's what he started doing against Arsenal towards the end of the game, and that's what kind of cost us the control of the game and the result at the end. I mean, it might be completely different, and City might be on top all game long, or we'll take it easy in the first half and surprise them in the second half. But I think what I said before is the most likely scenario. Of course, it is only a friendly, in theory, but it's not a normal friendly. You still want to win the Community Shield. In the past, it's always been like the winner's counting it as a competitive game and the loser doesn't. You know, it's just always the same. So let's just win it, get Maurizio Sarri's first trophy, although it is really a trophy, but get him his first trophy anyway. But realistically speaking, I don't think that we will win. I just don't. I mean, like I said multiple times now, Guardiola is going into his 3rd season in charge. Sarri has only been here not less than 3 weeks even. Like, City are certainly the favourites, and they should be. And to be honest, I'll be majorly surprised and impressed if we do end up winning this. Being totally honest, I think we're going to lose 2 or 3-1. I'll go with a 2-1 defeat. Obviously, it truly hope that we will win, because I think it will be crucial to our confidence, and I really hope that Morata scores as well, unless obviously Sarri decides to go with Batshuayi for their first Premier League game next week anyway. But Morata needs a goal. Morata needs 2 goals. Morata needs 2 good goals with his feet, not just with his head. And obviously, if we can win, that'd be amazing. But in all honesty, being honest, I don't think that we will win. But yeah, that's really it for me. Leave me all of your thoughts on the game, you know, ahead of the game, down in the comment section below. Leave me your, score predictions. Leave me your predicted lineups, all of it down in the comment section below. Like I said in the beginning, let's see whether we can hit 800 likes in this video. We would massively appreciate that. Of course, the more the better, basically. So make sure you smash the like button down below. And also don't forget to check out my social media, which is Last1507 on both Instagram and Twitter, as you can see over here. And also the links to both of them are down in the description below. So I'd massively appreciate it if you could follow me over there. And of course, this is YouTube. We have to say these things. If you haven't subscribed to 100% Chelsea yet, do make sure that you do that. And also don't forget to click the notification bell button and choose to be notified about all uploads so you don't miss any of our future videos. Thank you guys for watching. Up the Chels, buzzing for the game on Sunday. And I'll see you next time.